Hello, today I'm going to show you how to crochet these beanies. They are quite easy to make and I'm going to show you step by step how to finish them. So I made two different beanies and we're first going to make the ribbon and then we're going to make the stitch pattern. This is made with the seed stitch, so you only have to know how to make single crochets and double crochets and how to crochet 2 and 2 stitches together. And I made, as I said, I made two beanies, and this one is made with a little thicker yarn. The one to the left is made with a lighter DK weight and this is made with a medium DK weight. I also used some pom-poms. I got these from Amazon and I think they are very nice. You get like a pack with 16 different pom-poms, I think, in different colors, and I'm gonna link it below. This is also fake, so it's fake fur, and they have a little knot there where you can fasten the beanie on, so it's very easy to fasten as well. I'm gonna link everything below. Also, you can find more details on my blog www.yarnhelg.com. So here is the yarn that I made with the bigger beanie. This is made with yarn from Rico Design. This is called Soft Alpaca and it's a little thicker than the other one. So I used, for the ribbing, I used a 5mm crochet hook, and for the pattern after the ribbing I used a 6mm crochet hook. So you can also make it with the same crochet hook, doesn't matter, but I only used one skein of this yarn for one hat, and one skein has 50 gram and 125 meters, but if you're making a bigger hat you will need more yarn. But for this thinner yarn, for the lighter DK weight, I used two skeins because this yarn didn't have so much meters or yardage. But as you can see, the stitches are more defined with this yarn. But as I said, I'm gonna link similar yarn below because this one was bought in Norway, but you just need like two skeins of a lighter when you're using a DK weight. So we're gonna start now with this ribbing. And this is made with a 5mm, like I said. You can also make use a thinner hook if you're using thinner yarn, and I'm also going to explain how to modify the pattern if you want to make this hat for different sizes. And if you are new to this channel, my name is Ragnhild and I make weekly videos here on YouTube. Also, I have a German channel, so if you're from Germany, you can check out the link below and find the German tutorial for this hat as well. So now we're just gonna start. So here is part of the ribbon that I made. So we just crocheted with single crochets in the back loop only, and as you can see, it stretches quite. So you don't want to make it too big. You want to make it so it fits around your head, but not too loose. This is very important, otherwise your hat will be too big after some time. And you want to make it if you're making a smaller hat, you want to add fewer chains. Now in the beginning I'm just going to make a slip knot. So this is how I make a slip knot. So now I'm going to make 13 chains. So if you're making this for a child, you can make 9 or 8 depending on the yarn you're using. Just hold it on the head of the child, and then you can measure how long the ribbon should be. But for the pattern, it doesn't matter how long this is. You can also make it much longer if you want to fold it. So here is the chains that I made, and now you're just gonna make one single crochet in every chain. So go into the second chain from the hook. So here is the second, and then make one single crochet in each chain. So insert the hook in the next chain and then grab a loop, pull up a loop, now yarn over and pull through 2 loops. This is how to make a single crochet. You can also crochet in those back loops here if you want to. You get a nicer edge, but I'm not going to do this because my yarn is a little, I can see the bumps so much with this yarn. Also, if you haven't seen, I have a video on how to make a pumpkin on my channel, and if you're making this ribbing, this pumpkin is very similar. The pumpkin is very similar. Also, I have a video on how to make a mouse coming out of this pumpkin, so you can check this out afterwards. Okay, now when you're ready with this, you're gonna make a chain 1 and then you're gonna turn. Now we're gonna crochet in the back loop only. So here's the front loop and there is the back loop. So we're gonna crochet in that one. Now insert the hook in the first stitch and make 1 single crochet there, and also in every stitch 1 single crochet. So 1 single crochet in the back loop only, and if you're a beginner, it's a good idea to count your stitches here, because it can be easy to lose track of the stitcher. You can also add a stitch marker at the beginning and end of this of the row, so you won't lose track of where to put your last stitch, because that last stitch can hide a little bit and then you can oversee it. It's very easy and it's happened to me a few times. So here is the last chain or loop or stitch. Now chain 1 and turn, and then repeat this 1 single crochet in the back loop only for the entire row. So 1 single crochet in each stitch. Yeah, as I said, I made a pumpkin mouse, so that's also a very easy and quick pattern that you can make from leftovers if you have any yarn that you want to use up, so yarn scraps and such. So now we're just going to repeat this until this band or this ribbing fits around your head. So I made in total 41 rows. You might need more or less to make it fit you, and it doesn't matter so much, but this is how it looks like when it's done. As you can see, it stretches very much, and if I put this around my head, it will fit quite good, and I have like room for 1 thumb between this ribbing and the band. So when you're done, you're just going to crochet these parts here together, so lie them on top of each other, and then insert the hook in the back loop only on both sides. So first you chain 1, of course, and then insert the hook and make a slip stitch. This will also create like a ribbon effect, and make a slip stitch in each stitch here. This will create a ribbon effect, so it won't stand out so much for the other pattern that we made. So slip stitch here in every stitch, and make sure that you go through the back loop only. So if you have 12 stitches here, you're gonna slip stitch 12 times. So now I have 2 stitches left here, and here is the last one. It's kind of hiding there over under the knot there. So now you're on the top here. So this is how it looks right now, and now you can go ahead and pull up your hook a little bit and pull up this loop so it won't unwind. And now you can try the band around your head or the head for the person that you're making, and see if it fits good. So mine fits quite good. I have like 1 thumb space in between the hat and the ribbing. So now we're just gonna single crochet around this ribbon, and the most important thing here is that you make a stitch count that is in a multiple of 2. And as you see, I have a different hook now. I sized up to a 6mm. This is just to make it a little more loose up there. And now we're gonna put 1 single crochet around each row. So chain 1 and then insert the hook in the next stitch. So just go a little bit down there. So here you can see here's a little space here, and you just go there and just do 1 single crochet. And also in the next one, I try not to go like complete here on the top, but a little bit below, because otherwise it will be a little, you can see a little small gaps. So here just 1 single crochet in each row. If you put 2 stitches here and there, it doesn't matter. You just want a stitch count in a multiple of 2 when you're ready. So if you're just gonna count your stitches afterwards and see if you have like 45 stitches, you're just gonna add 1 more single crochet and you have the right stitch count. So I'm just gonna single crochet my way around this ribbon, 1 single crochet in each stitch. So here I am ready, and I have counted my stitches, and I need to put 1 more in there to have a multiple of 2. And when you are done, you're just gonna slip stitch in the first stitch. So there are 2 rounds that we will repeat throughout the pattern, and we're gonna repeat round 1 and round 2. First we're gonna start with round 1, and then we're gonna make round 2, and afterwards we're just gonna repeat round 1 and round 2 until the bean is big enough. Now chain 2, and then we're gonna do a double crochet in the next stitch. So yarn over, insert a hook in the next stitch and pull up a loop. Now you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and then yarn over and pull through 2 loops. And now I'm gonna put a stitch marker on top of that chain, the chain 2 there, so I know where to put my slip stitch afterwards. And now we're just gonna repeat this 1 single crochet in the next stitch and 1 double crochet in the next. So you're gonna do this all the way around in every stitch here, 1 single crochet in the next and 1 double crochet in the next. So repeat this all the way around. So from time to time, be sure to check your work and see if you haven't added 2 single crochets or 2 double crochets after one another. So you're going to end up here in this stitch. Also, you're going to end up with a double crochet because we started with a single crochet. So you're just going to repeat this all the way around, and here I'm at the end. So where your chains are, this is the first stitch of the round, and this is the last stitch here where I put my double crochet. So now remove the stitch marker. Sometimes it gets a little tangled here, and now you're going to slip stitch on top of that chain 2 there on the first stitch. So now we are going to do the round 2. This is the second repeat round that you're going to do. So chain 3, and now you're going to do 1 single crochet in the next stitch. So on top of that, the double crochet from the last round, you're going to do 1 single crochet, and now in that single crochet from the last round, you're going to do 1 double crochet, and here the next stitch 1 single crochet. So this is how this stitch pattern works. Up, you're gonna do in each double crochet, you're gonna do a single crochet, and vice versa. So you're gonna have to check where your stitches are. So the single crochets, they look like a little V there. So here, as you can see, and then you're gonna add 1 double crochet in that single crochet. So this is why it's important to check if you haven't put 2 single crochet or 2 double crochets after each other, because the stitch pattern will be wrong then. You won't get this effect. So now you're just going to repeat this all the way around, 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. And 1 single crochet in the double crochet and 1 double crochet in that single crochet. And after this, you're just going to repeat round 1, and then you're going to repeat round 2 again. So this is how the seed stitch works up. So here I'm at the end of the round, and I'm going to put 1 single crochet in that last stitch, and I'm going to slip stitch on top of the chain 3. So here is the chain 3. Now we're going to do the round 1 repeat, chain 2, because we are on a daisy stitch, and the next one is 1 double crochet and then 1 single crochet. So repeat round 1 again, and then in the next round you're going to repeat round 2. So this is all that you have to know to do the seed stitch. And after some rows it's gonna look like this. So I repeated those 2 rounds until the beanie is about 16 centimeters. So after 16 centimeters, it's quite slouchy, and if you want it even more, you can make it 18 centimeters. Of course, as you're making it for the child, it needs to be much shorter. So including the ribbon, my beanie is about 26 centimeter long. So those 16 centimeter are just a stitch pattern. And you're just gonna remember to put 1 double crochet in each single crochet from the round below, and 1 double crochet in every single crochet. So just keep track on that and you'll be fine. So I'm just gonna turn off the video, and I'm gonna crochet my rounds until my beanie is long enough. So here my beanie is about 16 centimeters, and now we're just gonna single crochet 2 and 2 stitches together. So I'm just gonna add a stitch marker here because we're working with single crochets. You're gonna chain 1. Now in the next stitch, insert the hook in the stitch and pull up a loop, and also in the next stitch pull up a loop. Now we have 3 loops, yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So we're just gonna do a decrease in every stitch here all the way around. I'm not doing an invisible decrease stitch this time because I want the stitch to have a little more, be a little defined like the beanie is. So I'm just gonna do normal decreases here. So decrease in every stitch and do this all the way around. So now I'm here at the end, and I'm just gonna decrease here as well. If you have only 1 stitch left, you're just gonna do a single crochet there. It doesn't matter, nobody will see it. And now when you're done, just slip stitch in the first single crochet on the first decrease stitch that you made. And now just add a stitch marker there and then chain 1, and now continue repeat what we did, decrease in every stitch. So I did in total 3 rounds with those decreases. I just did one single crochet decrease in every stitch. So you're gonna do this, repeat this until you have like 10 or less stitches. So here I have like 6 stitches left, and as you can see you have little gaps here, but you can fix this if you leave a long tail here. So just cut your yarn and leave a longer tail. Now slip stitch in the first stitch and then pull up the hook. Now you're gonna now we're just gonna sew this hole closed. So I like to go through the front loop only here in every stitch. So here, go through the front loop only in every stitch. Like so. And when you are done, just pull here, like so. And now you can use this tail to weave in those gaps here. So just go with a needle through the stitches like I'm doing. You know, you won't see those gaps so much either, because maybe the pom-pom will hide them if you are going to add a pom-pom. I'm just going to weave here a little bit to make it a little nicer. So now I'm just going to add a pom-pom here. So you can also make one. So I'm just gonna see which one I like the best here. They all look nice and can be hard to decide. So the black, and here you can see this little band here. Maybe it's easier on this one. So as you can see, you get like a different look if you use a different color here. So I'm just gonna go through the middle here, and then I'm gonna add this beige pom-pom here, and here you can see this little hank that they have here, and now you can just use this to fasten the pom-pom. If your pom-pom doesn't have this, you need to use a thinner, like a thread, and then go through the complete pom-pom. But maybe most pom-pom nowadays have such a thing. It's very practical, and you're just gonna sew back and forth here like 7 or 8 times, and then your pom-pom will be secure. So this is how my beanie looks when it's ready, and I think the pom-pom adds a little extra nice look to it. Also, here is the other one that I'm working on, the one I showed you in the beginning. But as you can see, you can use any kind of yarn for this pattern. I hope that you liked this tutorial, and be sure to subscribe for more. Have a nice day. Goodbye.